Oh, this could be exciting. This could be so exciting. If they find the early kill pressure. You see the observers, they're all in on it. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah.
Oh
I
good.
mean, they will either
Okay.
stomp or look like absolute clowns, is what I would expect, because either you
Oh
just get
yeah.
the ball rolling or you just kind of don't. I think it's especially risky as you are playing with Vet, who has like not been known to be like the better AD carrier of those two, if I'm being generous. And B
Yeah.
now, I mean,
Fit
maybe it's a good pick in
might
that sense that you kind of need to walk into them with fresher failures. You just kind of want to hook and flay them, and then just walk surprisingly close range to the Zarya. And then Belvet is also in the area and can just maybe win the DPS check in those 2v2 situations. So yeah, let's just wait and see what B is cooking, and if the dish is really tasting that well.
Okay, so we're going to we're expecting to see Evan Shroud being built. Of course, WMAX, as said, going for that big slam down knock up. Observer, stop watching Victor. Nobody cares about Victor Rise. It's boring. Everyone's seen it a million times. Let's watch Belveth. Gonna be a bit of a struggle early on, I imagine. Bit of range
Yes,
advantage.
also the 8-minute mark will be very interesting to see as Belvev snowballs very, very strongly off of Rift Herald takedowns. So if they manage to win a Rift Herald fight, it could just work out greatly for them. But if not, I mean, with Belvev support, I mean, also Belvev's scaling is surprisingly weak in this situation, is what I expect, because Belvev's scaling with a passive is theoretically infinite, but it should be takedowns on minions and champions, and support Belvev doesn't do a whole lot of that, so I'm kind of doubtful that this will work out if the Belvev lane is not really snowballing.
Yeah, you're looking for that snowball. You're looking for, I guess, those last hits on the cannon minions with that relic shield passive will help a little bit. Those steel shoulder guards will help you rank it up as smidgen. But yes, you absolutely nailed it. That Rift Herald fight. If B can get that, the push that can come out of a update of fully upgraded Belveth, that's absolutely disgusting. Oh, I'm just waiting for it to pop off. We've seen one small attempt at the all-in, just a small knock up on Toronto P, who has actually gone for the aftershock. That's a rune we kind of overlooked. You don't often see that. You tend to see the glacial augment. And
Oh, Yaro
okay.
went off screen.
We were too busy looking at Belveth, but we missed Glory and Kill Queen just diving Yado.
I mean, that's kind of just your fault. You said to pan away as, for the observer from the Victor Wise matchup as it's bowing, and just now that's the result of that, right? Yaro just gets off screened. Gotta say though, I can't blame them. I also want to look at this Belveth a little bit more, and as it really plays out here right now. Adam is one of kind of regained lane control, but here we see how it played out. Dive onto Rado, he was very low mana, and he just quickly dies. Draktar he thought he was ready, but he kind of wasn't. This just went on too quickly. Yado couldn't flash anything. I think Yado expected to not get one bursted there in like half a second, and expected to be like at least ready to flash towards Draktar or something, but ultimately no. Just first blood 14 rails, a good start of the takedown for the Victor, especially with him getting the kill and also getting 25 stacks for the glorious evolution passive. So at least one small victory, 14 rails, the first one in the whole series, I gotta say.
Yeah, you definitely have to respect the quick double flash from the side of Team Wales, just not giving Yado any time to respond. And B is here. There's Drakthar nearby. They will know that from the mist. I'm not quite sure where he is, but Hook lands onto Belveth. Misses the Q from Does Artemis. They're just trying to bait. I think they're just trying to bait.
Yes.
They're not taking it.
I think even if Killer Queen is another one, maybe even hooking into the Belveth is not really the best option, as she would maybe just destroy the Thresh in these small melee skirmishes. Either way of that, we just now have the game being a little bit slowed down, and Artemis not really destroying bot lane as much as he did in game 1. And maybe that's just all the team Waits really wanted, right? Bot lane being stable, at least being a bit caught off guard by the surprise support pickup of the Belveth. And now mid jungle maybe being the one snowballing. Also top lane working out well for them, right? TP ignites Sejuani on Pan, not finding any kill push on the Cassandra, and with that, I had my doubts about the pickup, and it's falling down in CS as well against the Cassandra. Not quite what Pan probably wanted in this matchup.
Yeah, just not quite working out in the top side, but as you said, just Nice lane control. Good ability to try and snowball this mid jungle. A Victor that is fed can absolutely pump out ton of damage, and Artemis and Yado not the longest range, so might have to just walk into it. Ronopi spotted by B. Not gonna get caught out. And these games have been so slow. We're just waiting for them to really take their move. So what do you want to see from these teams? Dragon being threatened, but how do you expect this to play out?
Should be Cerberus Dragon in my opinion, because this Inferno Mephiles can just shove down the wave way quicker than Desire could return the favor. And here we see Team Wales. Yeah, the bot priority not being there, maybe the mid jungle can do a little bit of work, at least say something against that. As now, of course, Yado can also push on his wave, and with Yado rejoining, this should be Cerberus Drake in my opinion. But the bot lane are also caught up, so at the end of the day, maybe no team really getting it. And as we move closer to this 8-minute mark, I'm just very surprised to see, or very excited to see, what this Belveth pick can maybe do around this Rift Herald, as we said before. If Wales win a team fight around that area, it should be Belveth really popping off. Support Belveth, especially taking on the additional value from the Rift Herald takedown, is insane, considering the power budget really being there. And if not, I think Belveth might just fall down quite hard as a pick, because a part of the power budget is that she scales infinitely on takedowns and especially on those neutral objectives. And if she gets neither of them, her scaling per level in general is reduced due to that fact, because otherwise she would just be an overpowered champion, and she in general is not. So I would hope that B finds a great team fight, otherwise this pick might just be useless.
Yeah, absolutely. Normally that 8-minute Herald fight is bounced around the fact by Belveth not being the strongest, but okay, Yado's lurking. They don't spot him, and now they're going
Flashing
all
edge.
in. They catch out Drakthar, everything lands, and now can they follow it up onto Glory? They still have so much, but the Sonic Wave will miss from Drakthar. Can Glory get something back? He's done a lot of damage, but no, just a bad move from the mid jungle, just moving too quickly and not checking for Yado. That's just free.
This should just be the Drake, and 2 kills onto Artemis yet again. Cerberus again with a good start, and just T-Wade's not respecting the potential double flash engage from the mid jungle, right? It's similar to how Yado died.
That was insane from B. He used the W to interrupt the blast cone, and instant committal. That's huge, and it's a shutdown over to the side Team Wales. It goes onto the Belveth, which could be good in this situation.
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Is it actually good or bad? We don't quite know. I mean, on the Belveth, in general, it sounds quite nice, right? With the support Belveth. Either way, here we see the mid lane chase on again. I like the fake realm up just to zone Glory away from this second realm up area, then just not using it and just finding the kill anyway. But gotta say, I mean, credit where credit is due. B with a nice comeback play, getting the shutdown for himself. And I actually think that's good for the side of Team Wales. I mean, Belveth, a pick that I called that need to snowball. Now at least get one big shutdown on her own. And with Artemis being fed, there's at least like one opposition that can really find the gears for the side of Team Wales. As in general, they're quite ahead of gold. I wonder why that's the case. I think that might just be due to top lane also winning, and the shutdown just now being surprisingly large.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a few of those things. Bit of CS differences coming out. Yep, pretty much that top lane CS difference and that shutdown as well. Maybe a tower plate here and there that we have missed. Currently, there's only one down. There's one down in the mid lane. Can't see the mini map to determine the top lane tower, but so far so good. 1,000 gold lead for Team Wales. A somewhat fed Belveth, who's rushed boots, so not the best outcome. As B is going to put a bit of her onto Artemis.
I mean, or Artemis putting a head onto B, I think.
Yeah, the continued trade went definitely in the way of the Aphelios, but
it's chakra everyone, right? Not quite a good combination for melee champions to engage the Aphelios. If they can't kill him straight up, they usually just get leeched off, and this is what happened just now. As Artemis is almost back to full, but Killer Queen is around, so Artemis needs to be careful here.
Okay,
dodges his knock up at least. Sidestep into taking the lantern, as he should have done it. And Artemis showing mechanical prowess yet again. Killer Queen's gank not really finding anything, or should even call it a gank. It's just a setup for a potential lane gank as of now. He should not be spotted so far, and maybe the cyber spot that falls into the trap.
Yeah, Artemis might want to. Okay, no, just gonna instantly reveal the Rift Herald, and just try to crash that, get a couple of plates onto Vit. See him step up, that should be the 2. Easy done, and you like to see it. And now Belveth can start to link up with Killer Queen and get onto this roam. IP, okay, now Drakthar lurking. Purple gun enabled, Gravitum. They see Ron OP Hex Flash over the wall. It is gonna be hard for Vit to get out of this one. Good
He sees it coming, but can you do something against it?
No, he can't.
He can't. Yeah. Artemis getting the kill.
The wrong way. Pun has joined in because Nagia teleported down. And from here, I think it's just going to fizzle out.
That's huge for Cerberus actually, getting the kill and the TP not really resulting into anything. I think that's very, very huge, especially with Artemis taking the kill. And for the side of Vit, I don't want to even criticize his mechanical prowess. I think there was just no way out in general, no matter in which direction he really ults. So yeah, he sees the play coming, doesn't mean he can prevent it. So at the top, at the bot lane, we now have the top lane matchup and kind of just now switches. Here we see again, Hex Flash, you said it. He is spotted, but what can he really do? It's 3 members, Dark Passage correctly used by 1 OP. And yeah, he has to outplay with Cleanse and Featherstorm, the hook, the flay, the box, the everything, and also the damage somehow, and he can't just do all of that with those abilities.
I'm a bit surprised he managed to miss everything with the Blade Caller, but you know that's not really going to matter that much in the end. As just seeing the collapses, just trying to bully Vit, try to punish this weak link of Team Wales. I want to be like in the bush, and I'm desperately, and I just want B and Killer Queen to try and link up. That first Rift Herald was taken by Wales, but B was nowhere near it, so we didn't get to see the evolution come on out from the final form.
That makes it a bit underwhelming, right? They got the Herald, but B didn't get anything out of it, so it's kind of just like better with any other champion. Here we see Vit, when you call him the weak link just now, at least able to wave clear this minion wave without any trouble whatsoever. In general, I think the surprise factor from the Belveth support pick kind of fallen off by now. I mean, now we are kind of in a somewhat of a mid-game state where it's like 30 minutes into the game. A little bit of a gold lead by the side of Team Wales, but the Drake for Cerberus, Artem is still fed again, as he is usually on picks like these. And yeah, is it enough for Team Wales? We gotta remain to be seen. Gotta say that in this game in particular, Lee Sin not really falling off as a pick in general. He always has his backline threat to really kick Yano into his own team and then just making the quick kill. As just now a quick flash from B is forced right around the Drake area, and this might just net Cerberus the second Drake of the game.
Yeah, Drake forced, but it's half health onto Artemis. This could mean that the Aphelios does not quite want to persist. Killer Queen?
Oh!
Okay.
Nice heartbreaker.
The hook misses, but yeah, predicted the flash kick, and it's still going to result in a Dragon 14 Wales. In exchange for a top tower, it looks like, as Yado is just up there perma farming, and that's not bad for Team Cerberus. You split the first Drakes. You can, if you're able to, you get a lot of tower damage down. You're not going to get first brick, at least not on this mid lane, but that's still worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely looks okay. Missed my own prediction in them getting the second Drake, but of course with the play being forced onto Raktar and him barely surviving with Heartbreaker out of the potential flash kick, Killer Queen using his flash for that one, nets Team Wales the Drake, but yeah, first break and the whole amount of gold and experience for Yano and Artemis respectively, with Artemis also chunking down this mid lane T1 turret. Seems okay for Cerberus, if not even more than that. They also don't want to force a burger flip on any of those team fights where it could just go wrong against the Belveth especially. They are probably fine with that one. Drake score equalized now, gold even slightly Cerberus favored, and considering their way up into this mid to late game, it looks decent for them again.
Yeah, when you consider that they were behind about 2,000 gold, they essentially made that back off that play, and you're pretty happy with that, all things considered. A few more stats. Okay, second Rift Herald is spawned. Killer Queen has started it. Can B get
and B is close this time.
This could be huge. Well, they need to keep a track on Drakthar, but he's backing
They give it up.
B. No!
Did they just reset the Herald? B. He picks by the support to just not interact with Herald whatsoever.
I'm so mad.
Apparently.
Okay. hook onto Nagia rather. They try and commit, okay, he's going to get the kill, but he's kicked away from the soul. That is a 1-for-1 trade. Can they get anything else out of it? B can't even get involved to pick up an evolution off the kill. B, get involved! Use your kit!
And I'm also angry about Cerberus because 1-for-1 trading against Victor, not the smartest idea. He gets his free 25 stacks for that one, and 1-for-1 is not something to really write home about. You kill Nagia, but you also lose your jungler. Luckily for you, Herald was done anyway, and Drake also not on the table. Here we see again how it played out. Hook lands onto the Cassante. He's very hard to kill, of course. And they're just fighting to this corridor where they can't really return the fire, but Wales absolutely can. And it's just traded 1-for-1 against Victor, not something that I'm fond about. TP to the Herald itself to get this mid lane outer turret, which seems okay for Wales, I gotta say. And Wales with a good move here.
Actually, that gives you the opportunity to try and push, and you still have to get through these outer towers of the side lanes, though. And if they just go for the complete reset here, it gives the opportunity for clapbacks. But Glory is in place. It is fine. It is a good move from Wales, and now everything is even. It's 1 kill ahead for Cerberus, but otherwise all things equal. Partner's going to interact with Nagia on the bot side. That is a top lane Cerberus. Sejuani, don't get excited for a gank or anything.
They could have done it in the early game, right? Palmer for second with the melee champion with Viego approaching, but they ultimately do not want to strong to the Sejuani top lane, which I very much understand. Gotta say, the Pan, after having a rough early laning phase, right now looks decent again against Nagia. Pulling up NCS, he got this 1 kill from this skirmish we had earlier on.
Yeah.
What is he building, by the way? He's...
So...
The other is yes, I think. I think it's Abyssal Mask and then some, I think, Jackshow.
He's got
and also Sunfire Cape.
For Jackshow or Radiant Virtue with Viegas and Kindle Gem. There's the Balmy Cinder that goes into Sunfire Cape. And yes, I assume that would be an Abyssal Mask.
Yeah. Increases damage very much.
Oh! Okay, Killer Queen kicking him away from the lantern, but they put the ward down, but it doesn't matter. It still goes through. Kassan. B is here. Can't get anything down, and everything goes on to B. They are going to trade back onto Artemis, though. Nagia is popping off. Nagia as Viego as well. They're going to trade that one. Now Drakthar is Cassante. He's going to get away okay because of those extra resistances, and it's a 2-for-2 overall top lane and 80 carry for top lane and support. That is technically Team Wales' favor, but now what's going to happen in time for this dragon? Who can get the resets in? Can they get the resets in? Looks like
that's
Team
a really
Wales
good question.
For it.
Either way, Team Wales with a slightly favored fight here. I mean, Artemis kind of counts more if you really consider it that, but he also gets his flash down as he was forced to flash away from the Dragon's Rage. Still gets out with this clutch Dark Passage, also Wallop here with a good hook to deny any further engagements from the side of B. Box also to create this zone, and Drakthar now just can put the dagger in, literally Heartbreakers onto B, get the first reset, is Belvev now, then can force together with his teammate 1OP to get the kill onto Cassante. Then he's suddenly Cassante and is tanky enough to withstand the fight, and despite Artemis getting killed, with Drakthar being so strong in the DPS department, it's still a fightable fight for them, and this nets them the second Drake of the game for their side. Second Drake for them, third Drake of the game overall, and now gold still even. So whatsoever, they always get these small scaling wins here, and they are not caught off guard by the Belvev surprise. But by this surprise, they might just be caught out.
Yeah, that's a very easy interrupt coming through from the side of Nagia, but with the phase rush and the flash, it's enough for Yado to run away. Very good rune choices coming through, and not all that much coming out from the side of Team Wales. They chose to go for that reset. They didn't feel confident and gave up that dragon. It's not the end of the world. It's still only the second, but you feel Cerberus having much more control, much more decisiveness, and awareness of what they want to achieve in this game.
And what I now want to see is whether the Victor is finally gloriously evolved. He should be like around the mark where he has all the 300 stacks, almost on 200 CS, 3 takedowns, 275. As long as he got not doing math on stream, but it should be like 7 cannon minions he got over the game, but I think he should at least have 7 cannons, probably more than that, so he must have all the upgrades, so he's very much online right now, but so is Cerberus, right? I mean, Word of Age is half stacked for the side of Yado, he's on 2 completed items, while Glory kind of isn't right now, it seems very decent for him, and overall, this game, however, Vid is not behind against Artemis, which is something we rarely see.
Yeah, he's behind a little bit. A few more kills have gone Artemis's way, but he is still on pace to get that second item within good time. This tower will just survive, and now there's still a lot of hovering around. And okay,
Killer Queen is saying it. Oh, is it?
He's fine.
It's not. Yeah.
Okay, I think. Yeah, I think Killer Queen going a little bit too hard to try and get Artemis there. They could have probably just kicked Ron OP back for a free kill, but just wanted Artemis, wanted the AD carry. And side lanes are going in the way for Cerberus right now. They still have both of these outer towers in the side lane, and this mid lane tower is so low. It should just be traded very shortly. It's just Cerberus coming out on
top. TP flag.
Nagia coming in strong, and Belveth gets a huge knock-up. They instantly delete Artemis. They delete everyone. Director gets the Heartbreaker away, but the damage is insane. Belveth is now going to transform, and now into the Baron they go. Yado just says, okay, I'm gonna get a Baron. I'm gonna get a tower back in response, and Jesus, Glory did a lot of damage.
One hell of an engage. This TP flank coming up. You'll probably see it again in the replay. No, that as well. And just the TP flank in general make it impossible for Cerberus to really fight anything against this. They try to escape towards this top side corridor, and now the flank really coming in. B with a huge C chain, of course, to really make it worthwhile for both Vid and Glory to fight into this Chaos Storm in this corridor, as well as the Zaya Feathers, make it impossible for Cerberus to do anything, and this explodes 3 members of them, the Baron as well for Team Wales, and now they, at least for a few minutes, with some control of this game, to really get the siege going. The mid lane T1 turret, they're living away by a sliver of HP, and this won't fall in the next minutes as well. This is so huge for the map control of Team Wales.
They have a Belveth. They have an extended Belveth. And they are going to cause so much damage to these waves. You can see him linking up with Nagia. This wave is about 2 minion waves already, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, Yado will
stronger.
hurt that a little bit.
The Remoas are similar to Yorick ghouls in that regard. They are like glass cannons. They are squishier than normal minions, but they hit like a truck onto these turrets. So you really need to watch out for this one. And especially like for a support who have like this transformation going on. This just elevates the support pick even more than it would any other pick, right? Because otherwise it would be as carry anyway. But this just now makes Team Wales a team of 5 carries basically. So Cerberus really having some rough minutes right now. They are probably happy if they can just hold on to their base. And if they hold on to this inner turret, I think they are very happy with the outcome, because despite losing this huge team fight, they didn't lose all too much.
Yeah, I feel like they need to. They kind of overloaded one lane too much. I feel like the Belveth needs to sort of go alone to a different lane, on the grounds that Cerberus has really good wave clear between Artemis and Yado. So make them split up. Don't let them focus entirely on the one lane. That's my opinion, but I fully understand why under normal circumstances you're just like, okay, we'll keep the Belveth nearby. But this is just. The pressure gets them a dragon. That's what you like to see. It's not a big gold lead, but it's
dragon, some gold, some outer turrets like in the bot lane. That's basically all they really got from this Baron. But it's more than nothing, right? I mean, the game wasn't really looking too shabby either way, but it also wasn't looking any good, as Cerberus definitely was still stable despite being a tad surprised by this Belveth's pick. Just now, they are 3k gold down in the 25-minute mark, which seems okay-ish, I gotta say. Them not cracking down this mid and tier 1 turret is very much hurting them in having any sort of map control here. We just now saw this one TP flag earlier, which kind of brought us to this position in the first place, where Team Wales really had this one moment where they can really propel ahead. And right now, kind of Cerberus probably waiting for this Infinity Edge power spike for Artemis. He's on 2 items, and then the BF plus a quick cloak looking good for him. And when he has 3 items, he might just be able to stand up next to it and be equal or better in those team fights. And so far, game kind of slowing down. Both teams scaling next to each other, and I really want to see what this Belvev pick brings us further into this game.
Yeah, we saw it put out a fair amount of damage in that last fight. 2,000 damage, getting a good amount of AoE damage down onto the clumped up members of Cerberus. And any more fights in corridors like that, Team Wales should just have pure advantage with the way their team is built. Killer Queen lurking on the side, always looking for something. But the Baron buff is gone, so these sieges are not very strong. They do not have the ability to crack open these towers. But we're just on standstill, waiting for the next objective.
Yeah, just waiting for that, just trading some waves, some camps, or whatever the hell happens to spawn on the map. As right now, the game kind of slowing down. But in the meanwhile, Yado now fully staking his Word of Ages, looking towards his Void Sub as the 3rd item. Might just need it to really get through this Cassandra, through this Sin, maybe even through this Belvev, because it is a almost full tank Belvev, only the Even Shroud really getting a bit of damage, amplifying when she sees an enemy champion for her team. Kind of a bit like what old Abyssal Mask used to be. And speaking of old Abyssal Mask, or Abyssal Mask in general, now Pan finishing its items, and Abyssal Mask is not one of them. It probably will be 3rd item, as Word of Ages is impossible. It is a mythic item, and he already has Radiant Virtue, and Sunfire can finish right now. So Abyssal Mask will be his 3rd item, and will also just be one of those items where the Sejuani pick can still gain some impact, as she would then be very, very tanky, but also quite damaging. Also amplifying the damage from Yado a little bit, who so far hasn't really done that much in this game. Is 0, 1, and 3, but still very, very farmed, and so do not underestimate this Rise despite it having no kills so far.
Meanwhile, Belvev, fully expecting that to be the Anathema's chains, and I will be excited to see who that goes on to. There's a small part of me that wants it to fall onto Drakthar, because he's the one that if you don't kill him first, he can maybe reset and become a menace as time progresses. They're going to this tower. This tower deserves
this interaction
fall, man.
just tells you how Cerberus is desperate to kill this turret. Just Artemis without wave just drops the Failures turret, one auto attack, takes the turret shot even forward, even the Dark Passage on the way out, just to get 1 chip damage in. He thought maybe he would get the kill on towards this, but backdoor protection so strong on these turrets. Without the mini wave, basically do not deal any damage to it whatsoever, as here might just be a pick.
Kill a queen, but they just get blasted back by B. Now he goes in and he kicks in Yado. He will die for his sins. And now Drakthar gets to start resetting, but they're in a corridor. They get Nagia survives just on Observer, but Drakthar cannot take him down and change as well. So 2 for 2. Yado gets away, but health leads for Glory. Maybe not Artemis, but he gets stuck up in the gravity field. It's going to take a lot of damage, but the wave clear is still there. So, it goes on to flashes for Vit, and because Yado came back in, the Blade Caller doesn't hit anyone. These Blade Callers just keep missing.
Yado goes further.
Okay, Yado's going to get chained up under the tower, but it's fine.
That might be Baron. That might be Baron, right? I mean, the fight not doing good either way. But of course, Drakthar is still dead, and Lee Sin just now spawned, so they need to have a backup plan to do whatever happens when Killer Queen joins close to the pits. Killer Queen, of course, approaching this Baron, but TP coming out by the side of Pan. Pan alone should be enough to zone Killer Queen away from the pit, and I think Killer Queen respects that as well, as he's just now going for the Wolf and not even contesting this Baron. But that fight before it, I mean, it looked very close to disaster for Team Wales with Drakthar. I mean, here we see it again, how it really played out. It was the hook landing, and then very deep dive for Killer Queen to finish someone off, get the kill to Yado. Yado's just thinking he can get Dark Passage out as well, and the first sacrifice will be Killer Queen himself. Reset could come in for Drakthar. He just now goes very far to Nagia, even gets the kill, but he can't get the reset in time, with being very clutch in that one to at least make it a 2 for 2. Otherwise, it would have been a disaster for the side of Team Wales. You will see them almost getting the kill to Artemis, who can easily clear on this wave. And then Yado, for me, I didn't say it often this split, but this is a very game-winning play from Yado. TP into the backline on the Rise, can blow up these targets, Dornby style, EQ. Here well as a follow-up to get another kill, and this net them, this Baron, and a lot of game control at this part of the game. But I just now saw it was a Mountain Drake taken in the off-screen by Team Wales, so they are on Soul Point. But now Cerberus back with the gold lead, have the Baron for at least a few more minutes, and can regain control of the game.
It's Constellation Mountain Dragon for the side of Team Wales, and this Severin plus Bloodthirster combo from Artemis is just wreaking so much havoc. They are not getting any damage to stick to him. He walks away from these fights at full health plus the stupid bloody overheal shield so that they need to cut through. They need some way to deal with it, but they can't quite find the angles. Yado is tanky. He's now got a Zonya's. Artemis is essentially taking with that shield. Kick targets are running thin for the side of Killer Queen. Might just be have to kick in and delete Drakthar, but that feels so bad when it leaves open the Aphelios.
And Yano's in actual rate what's this game. He's on 4 items while Glory is on 2.5 right now as he's waiting for his death cap power spike. However, he might just be caught out.
Oh, how did that hook land?
Is he really?
What the
He just destroyed mid!
Where did they go?
They killed them all! This is 4 for 0! Yano not getting caught out at all. You're not locked in with Yano, Yano's locked in with you, and he just destroys you with the Wise. His tanky is a damage carry as well. The silent MVP for me in this situation, as Cerberus might just go for the finishing push. They still have Baron, by the way. It's Aphelios and Wise and the Viego. Their push is far from bad. They get another kill onto its Nagia, and this should be it. Might just be the 2-0 for the side of Cerberus onto the back of Yano and his Wise.
Can we get rid of 200 years? Can we just let Aphelios die? That was insanely disgusting, and in the end, it's off the back of one team fight. This game was much closer, but Cerberus slam it home, 2-0. Oh my